Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. My name is Hannah. This is a channel about cross stitch, and I'm wearing my my Flosstube uniform. Jess, look up. Yeah, she commented on, I think it was maybe 2 videos ago, and because I have kept wearing this in a couple of videos, and then last video I did not wear this shirt. So I'm back with my uniform. We may or may not be seeing this. It's just my most comfy shirt. I love this shirt. But yes, so I'm wearing my uniform. And I'm here to do an update, but also to finally talk about Flosstube. StitchCon. Yeah, I was at weekend day, so I've been home for a while. I was one of the lucky folks that did not catch COVID while we were there. I know, the big C. A lot of people did, and I'm hearing now a lot of people from weekend B have also. I was very lucky. I never had any symptoms, and I tested negative every time. So, yeah, I never caught it. I guess I was just a lucky human. So far, knock on wood, I've been very lucky and I've never gotten it. So, and I work in a hospital, so you'd think, right, of all the people. But anyway, so let's do update first, and then we'll do StitchCon stuff second. Y'all, I did not buy very much at StitchCon, so everybody, Kaylee, I'm looking at you, who is really excited to see everything I bought. I bought some things, very, very minimal things, but I did get a lot of stuff because it's just StitchCon, and you get a lot of stuff. I hope I have everything, but like, y'all, it was a lot, so I'll show you what I have, if it's mostly everything. So let's start with whips. So, okay. Back up. This is about whips, but I'm not showing yet. Sorry, I know. My intros have just gotten longer and longer. Anyway, so I mentioned in my last video, I'm pretty sure I mentioned, like, WIP Go right now has kind of gone out the window. Well, yes and no. WIP Go has kind of gone out the window, but not, like, fully. What I'm currently doing is I'm kind of foregoing my focus projects, at least for this month. I don't know if it's going to continue. I'm having fun doing what I'm doing right now, so I might just, you know, I made it through about almost 5.5 months of doing focus projects, which is really fun, but right now I'm feeling very, like, I don't want to contain myself. Since I'm already doing no new starts and I'm containing myself in that bubble, I don't want to contain myself into a, like, further bubble. So what I'm doing right now is I am spinning a wheel, and I'm working on that project. I think I said this in my last video, but I'm going to reiterate for anybody who didn't watch my last video. I'm spinning the wheel, and whatever project it lands on, I'm working on for 1,000 stitches or 10 hours, depending on the project. Because some projects I count stitches because it's in Pattern Keeper and I don't actually have to count the stitches. It does it for me. And some projects aren't in Pattern Keeper and they're paper patterns or whatever, and I don't count those. Those I count the hours. So just depends on the project. So yeah, that's what's happening right now, which is fun. And then on Sundays I work on my Wood Sunday Sal, the Cottage Garden Samplings like series that's happening right now, and then as soon as the Supernatural Sal releases start happening, I'll be working on those on Fridays, because that's when I did cryptids, and so that's when I'll be doing the Supernatural Sal. I'll be doing those after work on Fridays, and trying to get those done, like, over the weekend, which usually I can do in about one night. I can usually get it done because they're pretty small. Sometimes I have to go into Saturdays, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so now that we're 5 minutes in, let's get to WIPs. So, as I said, I spun wheels, I did things, and I also have a wheel that's specific to my stitching groups. So, because I don't want to take, like, I don't want to take my Hades, my max color Hades to a stitching group, because I'm not bringing all of that floss, and because I work in such a way that I would need all of the floss, I'm not doing that. So I made a wheel specifically for projects I'd be willing to take to my stitching groups. So that being said, I had stitching group this past Saturday, and I ended up taking, if I can find the cover photo, there it is. I ended up taking a Quaker Christmas by ByGone Stitches. And yeah, it's June, but I'm working on Christmas apparently. It's fine. So that's that. And here is where I got to. So this fabric will be listed below, but I have the tag in here somewhere. There it is. This fabric is, I know it's Ballet Slippers, yeah. Ballet Slippers, it's a 32 count linen by Fox and Rabbit. And I really like this fabric. It's just like a light pink. Looks like ballet slippers, like you would think of the pink of a ballet slipper. That's kind of what this is. I don't know what the called for, I don't remember. It's in the bag, the called for fabric. But in the picture, it looks almost like a baby pink, pale pink. So I was like, you know what, I really like that, so I went and found this. I did get it from Fire Poppies before, you know, last year or whatever, before they closed. Sorry if that's news to anybody. Fire Poppies is no longer. But you probably get this from other places, but that's just where I got mine. I got a lot of fabric from them, so. But yeah, so I got, actually I just finished this motif. So this motif is done. Now I've got to do, I'm probably just gonna do this flower thing that's up here next. Wait, I'm holding it upside down. I was like, that's not what I did. It's not the flower thing. It's a, I mean, I don't know what it is. It's like a, it's a star. I don't know. It's like half a star thing. My brain is not functioning. Apparently, this looked normal to me. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so yeah, so I finished that motif, and now I'm just gonna do in this motif next, probably. Whenever this comes back out. So this could be pulled, this could be spun on my regular wheel, or it could be spun again for my stitch group wheel. And like I said, I'm not really doing WIP Go, but I am doing WIP Go, because as soon as I get those 1,000 stitches or 10 hours, I'm going to mark that on my WIP Go board, because my WIP Go board is basically touch the project, like work on the project. And before it was work on the project in the month that it's called, but now it's kind of just work on the project. I'm not going to count my stitching group as my work on the project. I want to count only if I'm like working on it for that length of time. That's when I'm going to mark it. So this has not been marked yet on my board. Oh, I gotta zip this open again, sorry, and closed, because I forgot to put this cover photo in. Okay, and I am using the called for flosses on this project, just not the called for fabric, because I rarely use the called for fabric. Okay, the next thing you all saw last week, but I worked a little bit more on it since then, and this is my Mots d'Amour. Here is what it will look like. This is a long dog sampler. The picture does not do it justice. The photo that you either are or already saw is so not a good photo. Mock-ups for long dogs, in my opinion, look nothing like the actual stitched piece. Like, at all. So, there's that. Oh, hopefully I showed you a comparison photo. Sorry I didn't say it, but if you like scroll back a little bit, probably like right as I'm putting the project away, that's where the comparison photo will be. I'll try to remember to say it this time. I know people appreciate when I do make my say my vocal cues. Okay, so this is where I am with Mots d'Amour. So the last time that you saw it, I had, this is impossible. This has been done for a while, this one. The last time, I think I was almost done with this one, or I was done. Oh, here comes the dog. Oh no, did he close you in? Come here. Come here. Says hi. Yeah, says hi to everybody. Everybody. Oh, you doing it up? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. You don't want to? You were going to. You're not going to anymore? Okay, anyway. Pause break for the star of the show, apparently. Okay, you need to go elsewhere. I don't remember if I was done this one by the last time. I might have been done this one, and I had just started the words, but I can't remember. But either way, I got all of the words done. These two hearts, whatever this is, this heart, and then I started on this big giant motif that's over here. This is where our initials and our marriage date will go. So I am doing this one as like a wedding sampler type thing, because it lends itself to that very well. I'm pretty sure it kind of is. I think it's if I remember correctly, I think this is like a memorial piece for her husband, but she made it in memory of her husband. I don't remember, but like she has her and her husband's initials and then their marriage year. But he has since passed. I think prior to her creating this pattern, he passed away. But yeah, it's so pretty. The backstitch is a beast. There is so much backstitch in this project. It's just a lot. It's a lot. But it's really pretty. And the fabric on this is Hope. It is a 32 count linen by Grace Notes Fabrics. It is not available for sale because it was a limited edition for breast cancer. Here is the comparison photo. Yeah, it was a limited edition in October for breast cancer awareness, and like 50% of the proceeds went to cancer research. So that's awesome. Okay, next. So I showed you last week that I had started and finished my swans, started the Jackrabbit. So here is what he will look like. Again, not doing it on the called for fabric because who can get Picture This Plus at the moment? Also, like, I'm trying not to wait for months to see fabrics. So, I'm using all the called for. And y'all, Corinne, if you're watching this, look up. Because look what I did. I cut the fabric. I cut the fabric to size. Are you shocked? Shock horror, I know. I didn't necessarily want to, but I'm also taking this to stitching group with me on Sunday, and I just didn't want to take the whole, like, the fabric takes up so much room in my bag, it's a lot. So I cut it to size. I'm not going to do that regularly, but for this one I just did. I also wanted to make sure I could, like, figure out where I wanted to cut the other pieces of fabric for the other two that I'm doing on this fabric. But, yeah. So, anyway, if you remember, which you probably won't, this is what it looks like now. I had a frog. I had a frog a lot. Not a lot, but I had a frog a good chunk. Took me a little bit of time. What are you smelling? He's just over here sniffing bags. Like they don't smell like him already. Okay, so I added a lot, obviously. There's a lot more there's a lot more in there than there was last week. But those light gray stitches, well, they were like from here. This little guy isn't stitched anymore. That was stitched originally. And I had light gray stitches that went like all the way down here. This guy, or maybe it was this guy. This guy was off by 1 stitch. He was too far this way. So there was not enough room, and I only noticed it when I was putting in these like diamond things, because I'm supposed to have 3 spaces between these 2 diamond things, and I had 2 spaces, and I was like, that's wrong. So me being me, because I'm paranoid about that stuff, I picked it all out and I did it again. Or I didn't even do it again. I just left it. It was the fancy floss, and I could not reuse it after the fact because it just kept on like shredding, which is fine, but I got 2 skeins of it, so that should be enough. But after I had to pick all that out, I was like, I'm not gonna do that color right now. So I just started with the 317, and I did all of the diamonds. I think I finished. All of the diamonds are done. I'm pretty sure like these are all the diamonds in this color. And I did this whole like part of his back, and then his tail is gonna be like out here, and his legs obviously. But yeah, I did quite a bit. Once I realized I had made a mistake after picking it all out, I did it all again. So I just want to take a moment and like appreciate how similar this fabric is to this picture. Like Corinne and Colleen and gang, the Simpson gang, did an amazing job color matching. That is awesome. This is Jennifer. It is a 32 count linen. Again, it will look different if you get a Lugana or an Ada, but the linen like almost 100% matches. Now they call for a 40 count. I like 40 count. I do really like working on a 40 count, but my preferred is 32 count, and I really like how saturated the animals have looked on a 32 count, so I'm so glad I went with 32, and I feel like I like the size of a 32, like how big the piece is. It's not too big, it's not too small, it'll fill up my staircase wall very nicely. So yeah, so here's the comparison photo where you will see that I did have to pick out stitches and put new stitches in. And I didn't put in the stitches I took out because I couldn't be bothered. But like I said, I'm using all the called for colors, just not the called for fabric, but like defo recommend the Grace Notes fabrics options, which I'm doing all of my pieces on Grace Notes fabrics. So I have enough Jennifer for the next 2, and then I need to order Sarah for the summer ones. And then I'm undecided about the fall ones. I have like multiple options. I'm probably going to buy all 3 and just decide which one I'm going to use. I don't know yet. Okay. Next. We'll do this one last. Okay, next. So here is a photo of what this project is. It is the January Gnome. It is by Cross Stitch for Everyone on Etsy. And I'm doing this as a sell. Oh my gosh. Oh, and that Wood Sunday. I've already talked about the Wood Sunday Sal, but I do the Cottage Garden Samplings series on Sundays, and Amy from A Little Farm Quilts and Gail from Gail's Golden Needle, they are hosting this Sal. So if you would like to join in, it's hashtag Woods Sunday Sal on Instagram. And I think I forgot to hashtag that last time I posted. Oh well, I'll add it in later. But anyway, this is, the January Gnome, which you've already seen. And I did a little bit of work on this because I ran out of a color on my project that I'm going to show you next. And I needed I spun the wheel for the project that I was going to do after that so that I could work on this until I got the color of the floss that I needed, go back to the other project, and then I'll come back to this once I finish my 10 hours on the next project. Anyway, this is where we're at. It's still in the hoop because, like, it's gonna fit he's gonna fit 100% in this hoop, like, by the time he's done. This is a 28 count Lugana. It is by Fabrics by Stephanie. It is called Winter Wishes. And he's got a lot more beard now. I think the last time you saw this, he only had a little bit of beard, or like we were starting to see like this tip of the beard. Maybe we saw a little bit more, but we're really seeing beard now. Like, we're getting to the point where there's not much of his little outfit happening anymore. But it looks so good, and this is what he will look like. So it's funny because I always have him on this project, and I'm like, I don't need a reference like photo because there he is. But yeah, he's so cute, and I love this fabric. It's just a gray. I didn't want to do like blue because I know blue was like very wintry, but I wanted to do gray because January is kind of like it's my birthday month. I shouldn't say this about my birthday month, but it's like the worst month of the year because it's cold and all the holidays are done, but my birthday's in January, so that's fun. Which, by the way, I'll talk about this later, but there's something exciting happening on my birthday next year, which we'll talk about. And then here is the comparison photo. But yeah, he's fun. I'm doing, as you could see, I'm doing him like one row at a time, going back and forth. I'm doing the snake method, but like his whole row, because he's only, something like, I don't know, 600 stitches wide or something, not even. But, I don't know, not even. He's like 100 something stitches wide. I don't know, he's not very wide, 600. He'd be giant, he'd be a Haid. What am I doing? He's like 100 something stitches wide. So he's not very wide. But yeah, so I'm just doing him one row at a time, one row at a time, going up, because I started his shoes because it's just easier. Okay, the last project. Y'all, I keep saying I'm not going to take this project back out. It's going away for the rest of the year. And then it comes back out. Partly because it spun on my wheel and I wanted to work on it because, like, I'm not going to say no. But also because it's a fun project and I'm really enjoying it. And if you know, you know. But it's Inspiration by Rosewood Manor. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Beth was showing she was showing a Rosewood Manor chart on her Flosstube. Beth, I forgot your channel name. I remember your old channel name. She was the Desert Stitcher. Beth. I don't remember what your new channel name is. But anyway, I was watching it and she was like, here's the Rosewood Manor that I had never seen. And I was like, I want it. Can I have it? I would like that chart. At least I don't think I'd ever seen it. And it seems like everybody right now is stitching that, what is it called, hoity-toity? I like that project. It seems like a lot of blue though. But anyway, this is the one I'm working on because, ugh, how could you just not? Like, come on. This is just the most beautiful project. I'm in love. I love this project so much. Like, if I didn't have any other projects and this was it, I would just stitch on this constantly. Like, ugh, love it. Which is so funny because it's so not like what I thought I would ever be into. But, oh, it's beautiful. Okay. Let me take out the fabric information. Sorry I keep leaning down. It's just easier to put my bags down there than anything else. Anyway, here is where we're at now. So the last time you saw this, I had finished 2 pages. So like here-ish. And now I've almost finished 3 pages. So yeah, I have seen my first face, which there's still some more left to do on the next page, but yeah, I love this project so much. It's so just delicate looking. It's just delicate looking. Kind of like how Mots is kind of delicate looking, but this is even more. It's a lot. Okay, so I know I just complained. I just like said, oh, it's a lot of blue, and like I know it's a lot of hoity-toity. Is that what it's called? It's a lot of. No, hoity-toity is a long dog sampler, isn't it? What is the one I'm thinking of? Y'all know. The blue one's new. It's not hoity-toity because I'm pretty sure that's a long dog sampler. Isn't it 2 words? I don't know. It's like a basket of flowers. It's beautiful. But I've heard through the grapevine, aka Heather, Charm City Stitcher, I've heard that it's very confetti heavy. Like, there's 1 stitch of this blue, 1 stitch of that blue, another stitch of a different blue. Like, there's just a lot of different blues. And I say that's like an issue, right? No, I don't say that's an issue because look at this. It's like 3 stitches of one color and then you have to cut it off because there's so much space between motifs or between leaves and flowers and things. So I literally, if I show you the back, I don't do this often, but I'm going to show you the back. The back is like the cleanest back I've ever seen on my projects because I'm not carrying anything, basically. I mean, some of the back stitch I'm carrying because I'm trying so hard not to have to cut off pieces, but all of those like different little flowers and things, like they're all single things. Like I have not carried, partially because this fabric is like basically see-through. Like I can see I can see the camera. Like I know this is in frame because I can see the camera, but yeah, I don't want it to be seen through the back when I go to frame this eventually. But the fabric, now that I can't stop talking about this project. The fabric is called Gilded. It is a 36 count linen by Mystic Fabrics. It is the perfect color. Like, I don't know what it's called for. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Whatever it's called for is not this. I just saw this picture of it and I was like, that is a beautiful yellow kind of fabric that I just dyed. And I saw this online at Fire Poppies, or online on their website when they were open. And I knew I needed it. And I had originally ordered different fabric for this project, thinking, oh, it's going to be perfect. But then I saw this and I was like, ah. And then I forgot I ordered that other fabric because it took so long to get to my house. So I ended up using that fabric for my mom's in my dreaming of round robin that we're doing. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad that I know I took a poll here for like what fabric to use, and a lot of people said that other one, and I was like, I don't care what you guys say. I'm gonna do what I want. And I'm so glad I did, because this is just like the perfect fabric for this project. I love it. I love this project so much. Ugh. So I only have a little bit of time left to work on this project. I'm kind of saying F it, and like I'm just gonna finish the page. So even if it takes me a little bit longer than 10 hours, I'm just gonna finish the page. Because a page for me is around 10 hours on this project. I'm not going to show you a whole page, but I do want to show you kind of like how big the pages are. So this is how far over the pages go, so it's not like a regular sized page, because the color key is over here, and then it does go all the way down to the bottom, basically. So yeah. So it's a pretty small, like when I say page, it's not like a full page. It's not like a Haid page, but it's a lot of stitching because it's a lot of like cutting the thread and, you know, not carrying. That's the big reason I love my full coverage, is that because you can carry. But weirdly here, I don't think I had any full coverage because this was my last WIP. So I really haven't worked on a whole lot of full coverage here, other than my Gnome, which I kind of consider full coverage, but it's like full coverage without a background. So that is all of my WIPs. If that's all you're here for, I'm about to talk about StitchCon. If you're here for StitchCon, it was fabulous. It was so much fun. I sat at an awesome table. I love my table mates. I met some really fun new people. Shout out to my table. Obviously, I knew 3 of them already. Corinne and Colleen. Do I even need to say it? Do I even need to say I know them? But yeah, so we roomed together, and it was great. Teresa, I already knew. So hey, Teresa, if you watch my videos. And then I did meet 2 lovely, wonderful ladies. Sylvia. Hey, Sylvia. I know she's started watching my videos, but she started like way at the beginning, so it's gonna take her a minute to get here. And then Debbie, she was also fabulous. I sat right next to her, and we had some lovely conversations, and we were working out like fabrics and stuff for some of her projects. It was really fun. I like to think that I'm kind of a, not to like talk up about myself, but I do like to think that I'm pretty good at choosing fabrics for projects. So, you know, we did that, and then I was a floss fairy for her. I had a couple of, I had like a color that she needed, and for other people, like Lydia, I met Lydia from Lydia's Leisurely Stitching. It was so funny because I like saw her outside when we were in the convention center, when we were in line to like get in. I saw her outside, just the back of her head. I just saw the back of her, and I was like, it's Lydia! I like opened the door and yelled, hey, Lydia! And she came and she was like, I didn't know you knew who I was. And I was like, what do you mean? I watch your videos. I don't ever comment because I'm like terrible at commenting, but yeah, I watch all of her videos. So it was just funny. It was just, I feel like we became very, very close friends while we were there. So, hey, Lydia. If you don't watch her channel, what are you doing? She's lovely. And then obviously, like, Carla from Craft Addict K. I met Sam while we were there. Sherry, I met her, which is Carla's sister. I don't know, I feel like I met so many people. I'm missing somebody. I don't have my phone up here either, so am I missing? I'm missing people. Sorry. Who am I missing? But I met so many people. Bobby, I don't know. I met so many people. But we'll get there. So I did manage to pick up one freebie chart from the freebie table. I did have another one that I ended up putting back because it was... Corinne came over and she like had something in her hand and she like looked at me and she gave it to me and I said, what? She goes, this is from the freebie table, and it was a full coverage pattern. And while I love my full coverages, and it was very much a pattern that I would do, it was paper, and I cannot anymore. I could not anymore do a paper full coverage chart. I just couldn't. So I put it back. After thinking about it, I kept it in my bag for like a solid day. Like, put it in my bag, left, went to bed, got up the next morning, didn't put it back until that afternoon. So I really thought about whether I would stitch it or not, but after like having some good contemplation with myself, I decided I'm not going to stitch that. It is full coverage and it's on paper and I'm not doing it. But I did find this pattern. Is anybody surprised? Please tell me that you're not surprised that this called to me. So it's I Love Dogs 2. I guess there's a first version, but this is the second version. And had to do it. I love this. And if anybody has watched my channel, you know I'm working on a dog's piece right now. It's by Mystic Stitch. Not this one, the other one. Mystic Stitch is not around anymore. So if you wanted that pattern, it's no longer available that I'm aware of. And it will come back out, I promise. I know somebody had asked, when are we going to see it again? We were having fun naming the dogs. It will come back out. It's just, I have so many projects. I have, 59 projects? So it will come back out and we will name a dog once I get there. But it'll take me a little bit. And since I'll do it like 1,000 stitches, we might actually see the next dog. So that's a possibility. But anyway, this had to happen. I love it. It's beautiful. And it will happen at some point. I don't know what fabric I'd do it on. I don't know. We'll see. Probably a light colored fabric. Okay. Other stuff that I got. It's all in this bag, and I'm not going to like necessarily show everything because it's just a lot. But we got this little notebook from, this was in our little bag. And it had this stylus pen that I've been really utilizing. This stylus is awesome. So great job, Keepsakes team et al. Really lovely. We got this bag. It says StitchCon on it. And we always get our passport. Well, I say always, like I've been there before. But I know this is like a thing that you always get, is the passport. It's got all the information and stuff. I got my first Black Needle Society box. First and probably only. It's got like a ruler keychain inside. It's got thread cards and a little ring. There might have been something else in here, but I might have taken it out already. I don't actually know. Because I have touched some of this stuff already. So it might not all be in here exactly the way that it came to me, but whatever. I got some more floss drops that are not punched yet from the Proper Stitcher. These I think are, Trixie Tricycle floss drops that are not punched yet. A lot of these are not punched yet, and I appreciate that because I know everybody likes to punch their their floss cards a little bit differently. We got some, these are cute, floss drops from Kim Roop, I don't know how to say her last name. They say StitchCon on them, super cute. Lots of floss drops, guys, lots of them. This is Memphis Sarah E. More floss drops from her. Looks like Las Vegas, but I don't know. Maybe it's Memphis. We got a Snoopy needle minder, which is the cutest, from Linux Stitches Creates. Super cute. We got a pen from Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives. Super cute. I'm gonna keep saying that. Super cute. We got lots of floss drops from Sheila. They're super cute. They got, it says rip it, rip it, rip it. Lots of them. There's lots there because I think she had just like lots of extras. We've got from Phyllis some cats. I think Bobby showed these in her video. You can see all of them in that group. From Emily Gale, the Kudzu Queen. Those are really pretty. I guess I'm just going to show you everything. Little Stitch Girl. Okay, I met Jordan. And I got her to sign one of my patterns because I'm doing the Spooky Hollow series. And it was so funny because when I said I'm doing it, and I posted my picture on Instagram, she was like, oh, I think I just saw your picture. Did you say something about the pumpkin? I was like, oh my gosh, freaking out. You saw my photo about your pattern. Oh my gosh, I like fangirled a lot in that moment. This one I love, Stacy Stitches. Yeah, I don't know whether she's Stacy C Stitches on Flosstube. Maybe she's just Stacy Stitches. But she gave us, I think there's a project card in here. It says mini project card, and then her needle minder is amazing. It says, quit bitchin', get stitchin'. Love that. For me, another needle minder from Susan Sitz. Her Instagram is at Criminally Creative Podcast, and I think she's Criminally Creative on YouTube, but hers is awesome. I love the like knitting. Nope, it's a knitting needle and a crochet needle and some handcuffs. I was like, what is the word? I don't remember who I got this from, but it is a little needle minder that is a Monopoly. It's not Monopoly. You know what I'm trying to think of. This one is, I think, I can't tell. I never actually asked, but I think that this, I'm pretty sure this is Jordan from Little Stitch Girl, and I believe this is her mom or her friend. I don't know. But Basic Stitches on YouTube, Flosstube. And then we got this really fun from Carla. There's a few of them in here. They're long, they're like more like floss cards rather than floss drops. Okay, y'all, am I going to keep showing you all of these? Yeah, probably. This was from Wild Violet. She gave us some floss cards, and the front of them are cute. It's the same pattern as, I think she had like a project bag in the annex that was in that. So sewing is my therapy. I don't actually know who made these. It doesn't say, but they're really pretty, and it's got a little charm. Super cute. I think this is more Trixie Tricycle. These ones are small, like, project cards that you can't see. You could not see that at all. I realized that. And they're in this cute little pouch. Okay. I honestly have no idea. I feel like this is somebody's slogan, but I can't think of what it is. Start what you want to start, stitch what you want to stitch. It's got a charm, and it's got a needle threader, which I probably won't use, but thank you. We got all these stickers in our bag. This is from Cross Stitch Fancies. These are also project cards, floss drops, more stickers. This is Can Be Sweet, Carlene Jewett. These are more floss cards that are unpunched. Thank you for not punching them because it just means I can punch them where I want to. Oh, okay. I have pretty sure that this was from this person. So I can remember some things. I can remember very few things. And I have no backing for this. Oh, yes I do. Yes I do. It's right here. I found it. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this, from B's and T's Stitching, this needle minder straight out of thread. So funny. Had good conversations with them. This is from Carla, because it says, oh, okay, so those must have been, I must have two, because this is also, so the start what you want to start, stitch what you want to stitch. Carla, do you say that? I feel like you do say that, but I just, don't even think about it. These were from Carla for her 50th. She did celebrate her 50th birthday while we were there. This is from Screen Door Needleworks. These cute floss cards. I'm almost done, I promise. So many floss cards. These are pretty. So this was Mega Stitches. She has her... Woo! It was so funny because I said to her, I was like, I think we've talked to each other on, virtual stitchers. She was like, oh my gosh, I think you're right. So it was nice to meet her in person. This is her dog, Luna. Right now, she does floss tubes on Instagram, because she doesn't have very good internet. This is City Stitcher. And this is her Egypt Garden Mandala that she stitched on these. So I'll punch those. Okay, so this is Alexis My Amazing World. This is hers. And it was so funny when she came around, she was like, hi, I'm Alexis. And I was like, from My Amazing World? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, I watch you. And she was like, I watch you too. I didn't know you knew who I was. It's like, why do all these people not think I know who they are? It's just because I don't comment on their stuff. That's probably why. I really need to get better at that. This is from Strange Stitches. This is so cute. It's a needle minder. It's like a TV. Looks like a TV with the YouTube sign. We got from Sanctum Stitching a little, needle book. Okay, this is Noelle Weston. Gave us some really pretty lady floss cards. This is not important. And then the last thing that I have in here that I got actually before StitchCon happened, because I was not going to be at the same weekend as her, I got a message from Amy and she was like, hey, I made stuff for StitchCon, but because you're not going to be at my week, I would like to send it to you. So she sent it to me, and she also sent me some for Corinne and Colleen, and I took those with me to StitchCon to give to them. And I opened it before so that I could get my choice of what I wanted. But she made some key fobs, scissor fobs, and it says a little farm quilts in it. I'll show you. It'll be easier to show you on the. And then she also made needle minders that say a little farm quilts. Sorry about the glare. Super cute. She's obviously here on Flosstube. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram. She's everywhere. Okay. And then I also got because this is in a different bag, for Carla's 50th, we got this little, whatever, thingamadoo, needle case. Now, I've taken everything out of it because I have needles in here. Oh, we also got a Frogger, which I have utilized. See my Jackrabbit. But inside of here was like a whole bunch of stuff. We had DMC 310, we had needles, we had, I don't know, we had a whole bunch of stuff. And then we also had this cute little, what is this called? Needle minder. It says happy birthday. It's a little cake. Super cute. So that was in that. And then from Corinne and Colleen, I got this little bag. It's like an ocean's bag. And it's made out of fabric that they've dyed. So like their cross-stitch fabric. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. I'm not necessarily going to pull all of it out, but it's a whole bunch of stuff. Like they called it the their cross-stitch survival kit. So it's got like a highlighter, it's got some extra little piece of fabric in here, it's got some band-aids, strawberries, a caramel thing, more finger chopsticks because you can never have too many finger chopsticks. Which was good because I didn't bring my finger chopsticks with me, but I also didn't use them because there's too much going on. I also, from the freebie table, I didn't find any of these. Other people did find them. Or, well, I guess this one wasn't from the freebie table, but this one was. Colleen came over to the table and she was like, I found some fabric over there. Was it Colleen? I think it was Colleen. And she was like, I found some fabric over there, and she showed this. Here's the fabric. It was on the freebie table. She showed this to me and she was like, yeah, I don't know what I would do this. And I was like, I have a project that I would put on that. Like, right away knew what project I wanted to put on this. And she was like, oh, well then here, you can have it. And I was like, are you positive? She was like, yeah, you already know what you're gonna do with it. Like, please, go ahead. So she gave it to me. It's what I believe is a quarter. Looks like a quarter. It is a Weeks Dye Works 32 count linen in Tiger's Eye. And yeah, it's a fat quarter. So once I do my what I will be doing video, like my Kit Up project video, I will show you what I'm going to do on this. But until then, you're just going to have to wait. And then Sylvia, she brought this fabric. Now, yes, it's very stiff. It's a very stiff colored blue fabric, but I know if I play with it, I have this fabric. I'm pretty sure I have like almost this exact fabric or similar that I've played with, and I've made it a lot more pliable. So I just need to like really smoosh it and play with it. Get it really wrinkly. So this was a freebie before it was on the freebie table for me. Because I'm a linen W word. So this is kid friendly. This is not. This is just this is just the extra fabric. Oh no, this is not. This is Mud Hippo. Okay. So then while I was there, I had bought a piece of fabric from Corinne and Colleen that they brought with them. Oh wait, I got another fabric that I don't know where it is. Okay, well I don't know where the other fabric is, so I will show that in my next video because I don't feel like going to look for it. I bought two pieces of fabric. This one I bought before StitchCon, and they brought it. And the second one they brought to StitchCon, and I bought it at StitchCon. Because. And Carla was like, she looked at it and she wanted it, and then Corinne was like, sorry, it's already sold. And she looked over at me and she was like, she goes, you need to stop sleeping with the fabric dyer. And I was like, look, we're rooming together. There's nothing I can do. So it was just funny. So this is the fabric that I got prior to. It is a 40 count Verdal. It's a mystery color. It's not one that's on the website because it's just a mistake fabric, which is what I usually end up buying from them. I love their mistake fabrics. We call it, lovingly, we call it Mud Hippo. Should I? Nah, I won't call her out. There's a specific young lady who wanted to call it Mud Hippo, and I absolutely agreed with her. And I was like, yeah, I'm calling this Mud Hippo too. So this is Mud Hippo. It is a I love Verdal. It's very soft. So what I believe is all of my freebies. Yeah. Those are all my freebies. Slash things I bought before StitchCon. And then at StitchCon, I only bought 2 things. This is a long video. Sorry, y'all. Okay. At StitchCon, in the annex, I saw this pattern. Oh, die. Ode to a Peacock. It is beautiful. It is obviously by the lovely Jan Hicks. Never got time to say hi to her. Every time I saw her, she was not sitting at her table anymore. Or every time that I wanted to go say hi, she was no longer there. But, one day, I know somebody who is very close friends with her. I stitch at my stitching groups. She's one of the members, and we just became friends on Facebook. And she was telling me all the stories about when Jan Hicks is talking about somebody, it's her. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. It was just funny. It was just funny. And then, so I bought that in the annex, and then I went to keepsakes, and I ended up buying just 3 things. Well, kind of 3 things. I bought, sorry, it's going to be loud for like 2 seconds. I bought a bunch of these, a bunch of rings for projects, for floss, because I'm, obviously kitting up and doing all of that, so there was that. And then they had 1 skein left of espresso from Karen Water Lilies, yeah. So I needed 1, I have 1 skein, I needed 2, so I bought the 2nd skein there. I know they're probably different dye lots, but I don't care. I know people are weird about it, and I'm just like, I don't care. It makes no difference to me. And then I bought this fabric, which is an XG Designs fabric. Ugh, it's beautiful. It looks so ordinary, but it's just, the amount of effort it takes just to get this little amount of modeling in here, it's just gotta take some time. And I love XG Designs. This is a 46 count that they stapled together by accident. Pretty sure. Oh no, they pinned it together. So we're good. So I would open it, but I don't feel like taking the pin off. I thought they stapled it. I was like, that's weird. But no, they just pinned it. So, after I got home, I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm still going to order a piece of fabric because I'm not sure yet what I want to do. But I have this pattern. Now I'm going to show this in my kit parade if I decide to use this, but I'm still kind of like, oh, this is called Rocky, I don't know if it's Mount or Rocky Mountain. I think it's just Mount because it's empty. It just says empty. It is a, like I said, 46 count. It is a half. So I have this pattern. Now, I am still planning on ordering a 46 count linen from Grace Notes Fabrics. And I kind of want to do it in like almost like a cardboard kind of color. But there's also a lot of browns in here, so I'm also concerned that it might get lost, so I have to do a floss toss. But I saw this, and I was like, well, I didn't see this until I got home. But I got home, and I was like, that could be really pretty. I don't know. Y'all, I might. I'm still going to probably order something from Grace Notes Fabrics. I'm not sure what yet. But, this is an option. So that's all I bought. Didn't buy a whole lot. Sorry. But I did get a lot. So, it's been an hour. So I'm going to, I think, say bye. I had a great time at StitchCon. It was amazing. I met so many lovely people. I couldn't even name off literally everybody that I met there. But it was lovely. And I probably missed naming people, and I'm sorry. But it's been a while, and as we already saw today, my brain is not functioning. I'm holding up patterns upside down. So there's that. But yeah, I had a lovely time. It was super, super fun. And now I need to go and eat food. So I'm going to say goodbye. I hope that you enjoyed this very long video. I'm hoping that maybe in the next few days I'll be able to start filming either a WIP parade or a kit parade. We'll see. But I will talk to you then. So until then, have a good one. It might or might not be before my next regular update. We will see. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.